How's it going, everybody? So I'm just going to show you a quick overview on how to navigate and use your ElCheapoSD made by BennVenn. And I'm just going to show you also, well, more so tell about how to get it set up. So the case is provided with your flash cart, and you have here the micro SD port, so you can put one in there. I'm using a 16 gigabyte one, and the way you prepare this is you just put it into your computer and you want to format it to FAT32, and then you want to format it with the largest cluster size possible. So mine, it was I think 64 kilobytes, so I used that cluster size and I formatted it. And then you want to navigate to the File Explorer, and on the root of the SD card, you need to make a folder in all capital letters. Just save, S-A-V-E. Save that folder to the root of your SD card, and then you can transfer all the ROMs and folders into the root of the SD card wherever you choose to. The ROMs can be within folders. It doesn't matter as long as you have your games there with the save folder also on the root of the SD card. So once you power it up, I have this in overclocked mode right now, so it might sound a little different. So at this screen where you see the BennVenn screen here, you have two options. If you press start, you'll navigate to the main directory, which you see right here. And at the top, you have basically what would be your tabs. So you can select with A, and if you have all the ROMs folders in here, it'll show the folders first. And on the side, you'll see there's a little arrow. If you can see that move. It's kind of faint, even on the actual screen. So let's say you want to play a Game Boy game. You can scroll down to Game Boy, the folder. When you press A, I have my subfolders. And once you go inside the folder, it will look like dot and dot dot, so which would take you back or all the way back to the main section. Once you're in the folder, to actually see what's inside it, you're going to want to press start, which will now allow you to use these arrows up here, and you can move right as much as you want. Now keep in mind, when you choose the folder for, say, Game Boy, it's only going to show you the ROMs that have the extension GB because we're in Game Boy. So now that we're up here at the top, you press A on Game Boy ROM, and it'll show you all the games you have listed. So let's say we want to play Alien vs. Predator. You just press A. It will start. It will erase whatever's on it and then write it. Once you're back here, again, you still have the option to press start or A. So you're going to press A. If it doesn't have a save file, it will make one, and it will link the clusters like it says. It may take some time, especially if it's a new game or a larger game like a Game Boy Color. It obviously restarts, then puts you in there. So let's say you're in another game and you're doing Pokemon, for instance. So let me get to that one real quick. So now I'm going to load Pokemon Yellow. It's going to erase what's on the onboard ROM of the flash cart. And then it's going to write it. Writing to to the ROM can take some time. It's very limited in its power, and but I mean, for the price of this cart, it's a great value. So it goes all the way up till 9, and then it goes to the next number, and then I'll start the letters following. So after it reads 3, 0 again, it's going to go into the letters. So now what I'm going to show you is a little bit of how the save states work. So since there is no onboard battery for the flash cart, when you use the normal save function, it's not going to do anything. It will show you in game, but it's not. So now to enable save states, which I've already done, you press this button here one time, just one click. You hold select and up to load. So I'm just gonna cover now, let's say if you were playing the first time, how to do it. So you press that button one time, and let's say I'm gonna be over here and I wanna make my save state on the side. So I'll hold select and down real quick, and you see it blinked, so that means it's saved. And if I was all the way over here another time, select and up, brings you back to where you had made your save state. Every time you turn it off, if you don't upload it to your SD card, you'll lose your spot. To upload your SD card before you turn it off, you have to hold the button. And then it should restart. But what it did is it uploaded your save state to the SD card so that the next time you play it, watch. Now the times you want to load it is either in the menu, but preferably in-game. But since this one has no way to load otherwise, and it takes a while for the intro, you can do it at the front. So you select, you have to press the button again since the power has cycled. Press it once, select up. Now you have to press it for every single time the power is cut, or anytime you reset, you're gonna have to re-enable the save states. A little confusing at first, but overall it's pretty easy to use once you get the hang of it. You can import your saves. You can export your saves if you want to use a save from an emulator. You just put it into the save folder and you're on your way. So hopefully this was a little bit helpful for you. Well, actually, one thing I want to also mention is if you're going to update the firmware, all you have to do is get the firmware from the official download link on BennVenn's website. You add it to the root folder, and then at the top where that directory was here, the last one will be firmware. You just click on the .benn file and it'll update. So that's all. Thank you.